Okay, this guy writes in, Steve from Illinois, as you would say.
Thank you. Illinois, one of my favorite states to wrestle in.
Illinois. Says, greeting to the resident. Am I supposed to use the acronym GIANT, or am I supposed to actually say global icon and national treasure?
Either one.
Okay, so he put GIANT. Steve and his illustrious wife, Wiggum, Kristen.
Wife, I'm glad I'm married.
Okay. There is always a debate on who is better, the Stones or the Beatles, Zeppelin or Rush. For your money's worth, who do you prefer on each?
Man, I got to go Beatles over Stones because I think the Beatles influenced more bands at a deeper, higher level, and that's with all due respect to the Stones because, I mean, one of the greatest bands of all time. But I got to go Beatles because I've heard so many badass musicians who had mega success always refer back to the Beatles. Then when you talk about Zeppelin versus Rush, god damn, Zeppelin influenced a shitload of people too. But for my money, I would go Rush over Zeppelin just from my personal preference. But Zeppelin absolutely was a rock and roll band that had a big influence over people. But as far as which one I would pick is, well, I mean, Rush. Goddamn, Rush was so good. You're a big Rush freak.
I'm a big Rush man, so.
So, I mean, as far as musicians go.
I think it's apples to oranges on this one, but.
You're right. I think it is apples to oranges. But I do think, but the Beatles were just benchmark as far as, some of the stuff that they did. I know those guys, four badass cats that were just mega musicians. And the sum greater than the parts and equals the Beatles. But apples and oranges. But I would go, if you ask me, I'm going to go Beatles, I'm going to go Rush.
Yeah, if I'm going to put something in the music, I would do Rush.
Yeah, but as far as influence, I mean, the Beatles hands down.
Yeah.